Sup fams, welcome back to my channel, and holy crap guys, 100 videos man. So here's a little 100th video special of how or why I critique movies and why do I still collect physical media in 2020. Maybe there could be a little side rant here and there about the physical media part. So let's get right to it. Coming up right now, hope you guys enjoy the show.
Alright, quiet on set. Scene 1, take 1. Action.
So before we get on with the video, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you share with friends. And also make sure you guys hit that bell for notifications because it helps the channel a lot. So yeah, 100 videos. I'm guessing you guys want to know why I give high or pretty mid-tier ratings to a lot of my movie reviews, especially physical media reviews for that. So let's get on to the video part. I mean to the film part, my bad guys. So I'm just going to give you guys basically 3 reasons why I review films the way I do. Well, number 1, the reason why you see me give high ratings to movies or basically mid-tier ratings and barely giving bad reviews is because I know that I'm not a professional filmmaker, but as you guys know, I've made 2 films already, an original and a fan film. Despite having so much fun making the movies, filmmaking is hard. It is, even if you have no budget, especially if you have no budget, it's harder. Filmmaking is hard, and I commend the people. Even if I think a movie is garbage, a lot of movies that I think is garbage or just bad in general, I know that there's always effort put into them. It's always hard work. There's people working behind the scenes. And every single time, it's a lot of times directors don't get their true visions on screen. Studios interfere a lot, especially these days, especially with Disney. So I'm just glad that luckily Warner Brothers is giving more creative freedom, especially for Legendary, with the upcoming, the Monsterverse that we're having right now. So I like that a lot. But yeah, even especially making YouTube videos, aside from turning on a camera and talking to you guys, I also had to put a lot of thought into it, even though that, yeah, I don't really have a script. I had to know what I'm talking about, also editing it and making sure the music's right, make sure everything is done right for you guys. So yeah, video making and filmmaking is hard. That's why I can say more forgiving to films these days. But once I get to at least my top 3 worst films of 2020, you can see that I don't like anything that I see. Even though I did enjoy Mulan, guys, I didn't give it a 4 or a 5. 3 is okay, it's decent, right there. It's safe to watch, but that does not mean that I think it's good. I mean, I like the movie, but for some reason, that doesn't always mean that I think it's a good movie. I don't think Mulan's a good movie. I think it's an okay film. It's like that, and maybe my opinion might change. Maybe it could be my top 3 worst films of 2020. Who knows? My second reason is that mostly I just want to be honest with you guys. This is just my honest opinion. So it doesn't matter what taste in films you have, as long as you're being honest, it's fine. Just as long as you, even though I do, but here's the thing, in my opinion, when it comes to critique, mostly just give a concise criticism of why you like this movie or why do you don't like this movie. It's like that. I'm not saying that you have to give valid reasons, which is, I don't think there's such thing as valid reasons in a way that it's objectively bad or objectively good. I don't really see that. At the end of the day, it's all opinion, so it's all you think for yourself, speak for yourself, but just don't belittle people for liking something you don't like or disliking something you like. For example, when I was a kid in junior high school, when I saw The Dark Knight, I called everybody stupid that didn't like it. I told them to kill themselves. I told them this and that. I was a dick. Seriously. Honestly, if I were to go to a time machine and if I see my younger self there, I would have beat the shit out of myself. I don't care. I'm gonna say that you're a piece of shit for calling people stupid for not liking something you don't like, you know? Yeah, fuck me, right? But yeah, going back to that, it's always about being honest. I just like being honest, and I'm more open-minded when it comes to things. I'm not saying that people who don't like the stuff that I like are not open-minded. I'm not saying that. It's just I'm a bit more open-minded when it comes to stuff like that, because I don't like to use the term guilty pleasure at all, because you shouldn't feel guilty for liking something that's a lot of people consider bad or just liking something at all. Never feel guilty for liking what you like. Heck, for example, if you guys ever see my video, top 5 guilty pleasures, excuse me, you guys will know that The Predator is a film that I really like or love. I'm more in the camp of loving it, but I really enjoy it. I could say to you guys that the film is choppy because yeah, it does have pacing issues, and the reshoots are pretty obvious, just in the third act, really, because it feels so rushed. And yeah, the ending, I just feel like I'm mixed about it, but I mostly lean out to it's a really stupid ass ending. But I'd be lying to you guys if I honestly wasn't having fun watching it. And it had reasons why I liked it. I really liked how it introduced new things and concepts about it. It introduced that clans, different predator clans in Yautja Prime are in disagreement, and one of them want to be hybrids, but the others are not, but most are not, because, well, it's against the code. So I don't want to go into the Predator review and stuff like that. I'll probably do a Predator series review next year, but it's like that. I'll be lying to you guys if I didn't enjoy The Predator or Batman Forever or in Pacific Rim or in Dora, really, or my second review ever, Child's Play. I'll be lying to you guys if I didn't enjoy it at all. Like I said, I just like being honest. And number 3 about how I critique movies is, you guys, if you heard me earlier in this video, is that half the time I really don't have a script. Half the time I have a notes on my phone, but mostly I just want to go with raw emotions, give you guys what goes to my mind right now, what I really think of the movie. Even I do give thoughts on why I like the movie. And I also like to leave in, of course, yeah, I purposely leave bloopers and some of my starters in there because, well, aside from, I just want to show you guys a little bit of myself on YouTube, be more personal with you guys. But yeah, honestly, it's fun. Really, it's fun. Watching movies is fun. Just talking to you guys about this stuff. All right, so I know it's a little vague on my reasons how I critique movies is, well, yeah, that. But once again, before I move on, I don't like every movie that I see. Trust me. You guys remember the Rise of Skywalker review? Even though I still like it, the more I think about it, the more I just want to punch it in the face. All right, now let's get on to 3 quick reasons why I still collect physical media in 2020. Hopefully I got a decent amount in frame. Then again, as you guys can know, I do have a big collection. I have some more movies downstairs, but here's the thing. It's not really a big collection compared to other movie collectors out there. Really, it's not. If you guys saw this collection, saw my actual collection, you guys are gonna be like, wow, you're not really as hardcore as other physical people. You're just a casual. Yeah. All right, so here's one reason why I still buy physical media in 2020 is that a lot of movies and streaming platforms, and I mean even the big ones like Vudu, I have a Vudu on Vudu, Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Netflix. There's a lot of movies out here that are not in the streaming platforms, like some of the Hammer films or some of the Showa films, even though Criterion has them in their streaming service, but still a lot of the bigger ones don't have the Godzilla Showa era films. And obscure ones like basically, yeah, Cruel Jaws. And some Blu-ray double features that Shout Factories have put out, like Attack of the Crab People. I have that on the limited edition Blu-ray that Shout Factory put up. Or maybe it is on streaming, I don't know, but still, there's a lot of obscure cult films that are not on streaming platforms. Reason number 2 is that, well, at the end of the day, these movies ain't going nowhere, because when you buy a physical copy of a movie or TV show, whichever you like, even video game, it's yours to do what you want. Well, with the exception of pirating, because you don't own the property, but you do own that copy of that property. You get me? But you can do what you want. You can keep it forever. It's not like Disney's gonna come knock on your door or break your door down and just force it off of you. And if you buy digital movies, they're not really yours, really. You're not buying these movies, they're not yours to own. You're not owning them, because any moment and anytime, even if you buy just a movie that's been on the streaming platform for a while now and you just purchased it and you haven't seen it yet, studio might take it away. They might take it away from you. How is that? Well, rights issues is the biggest thing, and also the streaming platform maybe doesn't want to renew the license anymore. It happens with physical media like Shout Factory, Criterion, and Arrow. But there's always a way to extend those contracts, because aside from putting it on physical media, they put a lot of exclusive special features on it that is only to them and you can only access to them. So why not renew the contracts? Why not keep them in print if it's selling well? And also, a lot of movies on Netflix have been just leaving and coming in and stuff like that. But coming in and leaving. And Disney Plus, I feel like they're gonna start doing that because, well, their servers are not powerful enough. You think that in 2020 streaming will have powerful servers, but no, which is going to lead to my third reason, is that, well, reason number 3 is that the quality is not, I mean, it's good, but it's not as good as physical. In digital, you could, even for a 4K video, you can only go up to at least 30 megabits per second, which is Blu-ray quality. So you're not really getting a true 4K experience on digital. while on 4K you get 100 megabits per second. And also I always notice a difference. For example, yeah, I saw the Phantom Menace on the Disney Plus before I bought the 4K Blu-ray, and I did notice the difference in the Blu-ray. It's actually sharper and more crystal clear looking than on digital. The digital looks blurry and softer and obviously pixelated and compressed when it comes to the Phantom Menace. And also, it sometimes looked a little blocky. Seriously, even on my 4K display, it looked a little blurry and blocky sometimes. And that's supposed to be displayed on 2160p, so yeah. But when I watched it on 4K, it looked a lot better. Granted, the film has DNR, so it's gonna look a little soft, but really it's still an improvement over the streaming version. Heck, even regular Blu-rays, which is, as much as I love 4K, it is still my preferred physical media on home video physical media, a home video format. It still has a 10 megabits per second higher bit rate than the freaking streaming file. But actually, I think it's more than that, really. So yeah, like 40 megabits per second. So I heard that even some go up to 50. I've heard, who knows? Because I'm recording this video at 50 megabits per second. This is standard 1080p HD. So yeah, but yeah, the quality of streaming is not as good as physical. With the additional disk space, you get a lot of higher bitrate content. And you think that the servers will do a better job by doing that. But here's the thing, why in 2020, still to this very day, streaming servers still give you pretty much subpar quality for watching movies and TV shows, is that their servers can't handle these many subscribers and users using it at the same time, which I understand. And there's no way to fix that. But then again, that's always a catch. But also, yeah, they always gotta sacrifice quality, and the bitrate is just, bitrate's just not as good, especially on Netflix, man. Remember that one time this year when there was and during the pandemic that a lot of people were on Netflix and they had to, I've heard that they had to chop down the quality of the HD streaming versions, especially they had to no longer show the shows and movies on HD. They had to revert to standard definition just to fix the servers, which is weird, you know, kind of a shame. But yeah, physical media is great. And also, this is a little side rant here. As much as I love John Campea, I'm pretty sure you guys heard of John Campea before. As much as I love John Campea, or Campea, I don't know how to say his last name. That guy really likes to talk shit about physical media, doesn't he? Well, not really completely talk shit, but most likely disregard and stuff like that. And he's with the whole, he's not for adapt or die, but he's like, we gotta adapt. But then again, and I still work in a movie theater, but then again, even if I wasn't working in a movie theater, I would never want movie theaters to close. I'm one of those people that advocates on going to the cinema. That is, in my opinion, the definitive way to watch a movie. And I don't want these movie cinemas to close. But here's the thing: if you basically is kind of basically on the side of physical media dying and going away, which is, it's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna. Well, I don't think physical media is gonna go away completely, but it's not gonna be mainstream anymore. But it might make a comeback. But that being said, but the reason why, how come he's not supporting, but more like on the side of physical media dying, but he's not on he's actually against movie theaters closing. I mean, people can say that, well, it's a different thing. It is, but then again, physical media is, a lot of people see that physical media is the best way to watch movies and TV shows, while the movie theaters is the best way to watch movies. How come? I'm pretty sure John is like, he doesn't care for physical media, but when it comes to movie theaters, like it affects him. I'm guessing, whatever. I'm guessing it's not bad until it affects you, huh, John? I love John, don't worry guys, but still, a lot of people do agree, even on the comment section, is that when it comes to physical media, he needs to not really talk much about physical media because he kind of doesn't know. Rob, his partner Rob, man, what's his name? Rob, man, that guy's, he worked at Shout Factory, he works at making physical media, and that guy will always support physical media. We know he does agree that it's gonna die off someday, but he's basically like, hey, I support this. I support all this and I don't want it to die. While John is like, whatever, it looks cool, but do we really still watch these movies that we buy? Yes, we do, John. Yes, we do. We watch them. Godzilla 2014. I bought it. I saw it in theaters and I bought it on day one. I still watch it. I pretty much watched it like 50 times and I bought it on Blu-ray. I still watch it. A lot of these movies that I have back here, I still watch them. Seriously, what's the point of me buying a movie if I'm not gonna watch it? But I watch them. That's the reason why I bought them. And John basically is like, oh, a lot of my physical media has disappeared because I let someone borrow and never got it back. Well, did you really trusted those people that you let borrow? I don't really know. And he said, oh, my digital media is still, my collection is still there. It's not going anywhere or something like that. Like, it's still there. So they have none of it has gone anywhere for now. For now, buddy, for now. Sorry if that came off as a rant or I came off as an asshole, but still, that's just my opinion on that John Campea situation, or his opinions on physical media. So yeah, that is my 100th video, especially on why and how I review movies, and also why I still collect physical media in 2020. Why I still buy the physical media in 2020. Hey, next year I'm pretty sure I'm gonna give you guys a little showcase on what I have. Stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. This is JAVIWOOD Production signing up, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show.